Hello! Hello. So, you may have noticed that, yeah, we are doing Minecraft ARG today. Why did I decide to do this instead of playing Hollow Knight today? It's quite simple. Yesterday in the evening, before I went to sleep, I took a liberty of searching for a world that does not exist. And honestly, I was like, was Minecraft always this good? Or at least the stories about it, because I was sold. I was like, okay, no, tomorrow we are reacting to this, because apparently the stories are incredibly good and I love them. Like, I just watched one and I'm like, oh, we are watching this. We are watching this on the next live stream. So yeah, today we are just doing the 3 ARGs. I want to watch 3. I'm not sure if I will be able to, because when I check the time now, hey, kittens, don't worry, I did not forget, just give me a minute. Also, first I need to finish talking this because I will lose my train of thought. So, first things first, we are going to react to my Minecraft world is disappearing. Then we are reacting to searching or finding a player who does not exist. And if I will have time, I also want to do the civilization one, but since that is so long, I'm not sure I will be able to do it, but I would love to watch it as well. So plan is 3. I'm not sure if I will be able to do it. And I heard that finding a player who doesn't exist is like a continuation to the world that doesn't exist. And if that's true, like, the world that doesn't exist was amazing to me. When I saw it, I was just, ooh, that's good. So hang on, first things first, I need to go, like, check my video with my babies. So I just need to go to my iCloud here. Yeah, I didn't sign in, so maybe. For now, my avatar will go to sleep for a little moment. Maybe. So the password is... What do you mean, no? Oh, that's why. That's why. So, hang on. Kittens are on the way. I just need to fill in my password. Okay. Sign in. Yes, that's me. Again. Trust. Library. Hey babies. Okay, so I need which one is it? I think it's this one. Okay. Okay, so I have number 1 prepared. So that's open in a new window. So that's this one, and wait, so it's like, because I need to delete some stuff here or hide it possibly, so it's like, yeah, hide. Like, not it's not face reveal time yet, you know, so I just need to hide some stuff. So it's like hide and hide. Photos. Okay, so I do this. Is there a possibility to like hide the information? Hide. Don't worry, the kittens. I'm working on it. Maybe I have to download it. Okay, fine. So download number 1. This is download number 2. Is it downloading? I need this thing to be downloaded, please. Okay, it's downloaded. Because I have more photos and okay, that's done. I'm going to also I was asking my the person who built my PC basically about I need to is this okay? So I'm just going to rename it quickly so I know that's 1, that's 2, and I'm just gonna yap here a little bit. I just want to make sure of something in the video. So anyway, how was your day? Tell me everything. I am going to just check if I did not fuck up in one video. So
if anybody asks why my socks, they are worn and now
okay, this is one thing. And also, like, I don't know if you can hear what's happening on my screen. I hope you cannot, but like, wait. Oh, come on! Okay, that's number 1, that's number 2, that's number 3, and that's 4. Why do I have so many windows? Do not ask. That's the kitty. Here's the desktop audio, so... Okay. Okay. Ooh, which wedding? Whose wedding? Whose wedding are you attending? Okay, the videos is good. Auntie. Auntie or aunties? Okay, so let's go to green screen and I'm gonna show you my babies. So, no green screen, what did I what? So this is this thing ready, and I now just want to go to the sources and be like a media file. Oh no, 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 no. So, yeah, it's like, where is the picture? I know there's a picture. I know the image. Yeah, image. Yeah, add a source, and like browse, Yeah, this is number 1. I need to make him smaller. This is one baby. This is a boy. He's called Snowy. And this little baby, I will show you a video in a moment why his name is Snowy, cause like obviously like you can see his fur here, but he was tired. This was yesterday evening, and he and his sister, they were just happy that they can go inside because outside is so cold with all the snow, so they are happy that they can sleep inside. So this is this is number 1. This is a boy. This is a little baby, Snowy. And now to his sister, Bailey. She is, I love her way more than Snowy. I shouldn't have favorites, but she's just my precious little baby, and I love her to the universe and back. Like, I would do anything for this precious little girl. No, I'm not sharing, they are mine. I love them. I love these two. They are everything to me. Like, oh, they are our babies in our family. So that's the photos, and now I'm just gonna put a video of them that I made yesterday, which is where media file, I believe, new source, add source, and browse, and is this it? I think it is. I don't know if you can hear it. You can't hear
If anybody
anything.
asks
Can
why
I
my
stop
socks,
it?
they are warm and nice, do not
Stop it.
complain. Sorry, kittens. Bailey?
I can't stop it.
Bailey?
I don't know if you can hear it.
Baby?
I hope you can.
Baby?
And yeah, it's turned to the side.
Hi. My baby. My baby. And that's Snowy. His underfur is... I need to get closer to him. His underfur is white. When he was kitten, all of his fur was like that. So we called him Snowy. But this little traitor, he grew black over the fur. And so now he's called Snowy despite looking dark. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Eat. Keep eating. Grow strong. Nom 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 nom. My babies. Yeah, I disturbed their sleep. However, they are my precious little babies. Yay.
Yeah, so those were my babies. I'm just going to remove it so it does not start playing again. Don't worry, I'm kissing them plenty, like especially Bailey, because she's just so precious, and she's always like, we don't know if there's some genetics thing or something, because they were neutered basically when we were little. So we think that she might have this maternal instinct that she wants to clean or lick everybody. So I'm always kissing her on the head because she absolutely loves to, when you give her a hand, you're immediately gonna get licked. So that's absolutely what I love about her. And I also taught her this neat little cute thing that when I'm like kissy kissy, she comes to me and she just gives me her forehead basically. She just gives me her head like, yeah, you can kiss me on the forehead. So I taught her to kissy kissy means you carry it around like a baby. She doesn't like it, he loves it, but he doesn't like kisses and she loves the kisses. So it's like some differences then, and I have to say my mom, she loves Snowy and she's always joking that she doesn't like Bailey because Bailey is not a nice cat. Like my mom thinks that Bailey is ugly, and I'm like, no, she's my precious baby. Like no, she's not ugly. So if we are a teams, then I'm Team Bailey and my mom is Team Snowy. So. And yeah, with Snowy, as I said on the video, the thing is that, yeah, as you could see, the fur undercoat was completely white and his whole fur when he was kitten was like that. So we are like, oh, we're gonna have a white kitten or a gray kitten. No, he turned black. So we have a black Snowy. So, anyway, I'm going to start watching this Minecraft ARGs stories, and I'm really curious about those because yeah, like the stories to be so let's say, I don't know about the civilization and I don't know about anything else, but really I yesterday evening watched before going to sleep searching for a world that does not exist, and I have to say I was like, what the fuck, like is the whole of Minecraft like this? Does not mean I'm going to play it. It's just interesting to watch these stories. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna, where is my BGM? Where is my BGM? So it's not playing when I'm watching. And also I think that, yeah, hair down, like we are not playing a horror game, we are just watching something. So, yeah, we are going to start watching a reaction now. So, no problem. It's not like I love both of them. And honestly I should not have favorites, and my mom either. But like, yeah, she originally wanted just one cat and she wanted Snowy. But when she was getting the cats, my sister went with her and she also saw Bailey with him, and she's like, take her as well so they are not lonely. And yeah, so we got both siblings, and my mom is now regretting that choice years later. But yeah, they are, I think, 4 years old now, so all's good. Anyway, I'm yapping here, so I'm just gonna go here, and I do hope that you will be able to hear what I'm watching, but where is it? Where is it? Is everything on? Oh, this is not on. Okay, now you should be able to hear it. Let's go.
Weird Missing Block Glitch is the first of many videos uploaded to a channel called Nights. The channel is sparse, no profile picture, a blank banner, and only these 8 videos. But these videos aren't normal. They're videos of a player haunted by a world that is deleting itself. A world that holds secrets into one of the strangest stories the internet has ever seen. And the only way to solve it is to watch the first video, where it seems like whoever we're watching is giving us a lay of the land, showing us around their Minecraft world.
So in the Minecraft, just tell me, like, you built everything? You are just given this plain, let's say, flat grass field, and you have to build everything? Or how does that work? Because, like, I have no idea how usually you are working in Minecraft, and this is all new to me, and I don't understand the rules. Because every picture that I saw before, it has different worlds, and I don't know if you have to build them from scratch, or if those are preloaded.
We catch a glimpse of their house and a small castle off to the side, and then something a bit odd. If you blink, you might miss it, but take a look at this scenery. In the distance, there is a single tree with only one leaf. We have no reason to believe this isn't just man-made,
The volume is low.
but it feels weird,
Still?
especially considering all the normal trees around it. But this is hardly the strangest part of the video. As our protagonist keeps walking, he runs into this, a gaping chunk of void. This hole extends all the way to bedrock, and even stranger, all
What is
around
bed-
it, our main character runs into some half-cut down trees. Again, these could have been man-made, but why? Why not mine the full tree, and why leave it like this? Our player hesitantly goes down into the chunk, and I guess after being spooked, heads back to the surface only to find that a giant hole has now appeared in front of their house. They freak out, and the video ends. This hole wasn't there before, and what caused it is completely unknown, but clearly our character was spooked, leaving the world almost immediately. They didn't do this to their world, so...
Survival and creative. The survival sounds better. I think that in survival you also have like a... You can starve, I think. I know there are like enemies, that's like from what I know, because like you cannot avoid certain things, and Minecraft has such a big fan base. So like I know about creepers and this how enders, I think. I know that diamonds are rare and stuff like that, but like it's my knowledge about Minecraft is extremely limited.
Who or what did? There are a few more things about this video though that I didn't point out at first. For one, on the walk back to the house, our main character encounters a tree with a missing block. But
Is
judging
that
on how
weird?
he reacts, filling the gap, we can assume that he wouldn't leave a tree like this, and this also wasn't him. Just another weird oddity of blocks seemingly disappearing in this world. Another thing that's strange is the
Okay.
lack of bedrock. Both of the holes we've seen so far have had no bedrock at the bottom. For
What is bedrock? This orange thing?
some reason, this world lacks a foundation. But finally, we can get some concrete info about what's going on by looking at the description. Weird missing blocks in mine and Danny's world. Not sure if this is something that just happens, but I thought I'd put it here and see if anyone knows. Mason Knight 77. Now we have a name for whoever runs this channel, Mason, and we get confirmation that he doesn't know what's going on here either. We're also introduced to someone named Danny. Apparently he shared this world with Mason, but we're still totally in the dark about what's going on and why
Just wait, I'll explain the best I can. Yeah, so like for now I'm just listening to it, because for now this is not like I'm watching this thing because I thought it might be interesting, but so far it didn't do nothing. Like the world that does not exist caught me immediately, and this is just what's going on. I do not understand, like, what does it mean? Is it weird that these... It's like, because if I was seeing this, my first reaction wouldn't be freaking out, honestly. Oh, bedrock is an item that is unbreakable in survival, got it. But like, if this was me, I would just think that my game is glitched, like, I don't know, sorry. I would think that it's some sort of glitch and the texture is gone, basically. Oh, you didn't miss much, don't worry. You did not miss much, like, basically everything started when I put my kittens on on the screen, so do not worry, you did not miss anything. Also, I just said that today we don't have a Hollow Knight, we are just watching these ARGs, because yeah, yesterday, before, in my private time, I watched one ARG. Yeah, I was completely blown away by that. So, I want to watch this, although I have to admit that I'm kind of bored so far, but it's just 2 minutes or 3 minutes of us watching, so yeah. And so that's first thing, and I have a high hopes for a player that does not exist. Finding a player that does not exist, I have high hopes for that. And I've heard so many good things about the civilization when I yesterday researched the ARGs. So I'm really curious. And also my solution for this is what I wanted to say. I don't know if Minecraft, and when you uninstall it and load it again, if it saves your progress. But if it does, I would for sure, if this happened in my world, uninstalled it and then installed it again. And then if this still happened, I would probably maybe try to reach out for support, the player support.
Into the void are appearing all over this world. For that, we have to watch video number 2. The video It Gets Worse leaves little to the imagination about what's to come. Mason leaves his house again, and we can see that 2 new holes have formed in his world. One in the far corner, and one eating up part of the castle. Mason looks around and peers down the various holes. He's probably scared and
you have this
and yet
sinkholes,
again, there's
basically.
no bedrock to be seen. But as he approaches the hole, we notice something odd. There's no leaves on this tree. This tree isn't caught in any chunk errors, but for some reason, half its leaves are totally gone, just like the tree
but even if
in
it's just a
episode
glitch
1.
or a
And
broken
not to
game,
mention,
you know?
this time there are strange holes dug into the ground below it. For some unknown reason.
I understand that the bedrock missing is weird, but also I wanted to ask, isn't there like... Because I saw many like memes or players playing Minecraft, like, isn't there supposed to be lava underground?
More and more blocks are slowly disappearing from this world.
Yeah, the
and
game is
Mason is
my first
trapped
thought.
inside. Mason then heads to the castle and begins to repair the ground and then the castle itself. The video cuts to Mason getting more materials from his chest before heading back to continue the repairs. He finishes repairing the castle, but as he turns around, he sees it. A new hole opened up right behind him. In between Mason walking back and finishing the castle repairs, there were no cuts in the video. No time for someone to dig this chunk out. This happened
there's a
as
lava.
Mason was online, just like we saw in episode 1. Probably frightened, Mason goes to investigate, looking around frantically, peering down the hole, and then we get this. All of a sudden,
Why did I got scared? I literally just got goosebumps from the sound. Like, I was expecting a jump scare and the sound scared me. But like, okay, so the leaves disappeared. Good.
The leaves around Mason disappear, leaving the trees bare just as we saw before.
What is this?
This is terrifying. The world is disintegrating around Mason in real time. But why? What's behind this disappearance, and why is it doing this? The description of this video doesn't tell us much. Essentially exactly what we just saw unfold.
Yeah, when more blocks glitched, this is what I would be thinking, that it's just a weird glitch. And yeah, like, I would seriously be like, okay, so creators of Minecraft, like, check your code or something, because there's something really weird going on. Herobrine? There are stories that if leaves disappear in your world, you have an entity named Herobrine. And Herobrine is something like a creeper or something, like it's some, let's say, Minecraft monster, or it's like an entity, I don't know how to explain, like it's in-game thing, yes?
However, we do learn that this castle is specifically Danny's and not Mason's. As for the rest of what's going on here, we're still very much in the dark, and video 3 is a bit strange. A new world begins with the
video 3
generated
is
title
strange.
screen, but it seems cut up, since right after supposedly generating the world, Mason, or whoever we're watching, already has pretty advanced items, so this world was definitely played through quite a bit between what we just saw, and at least from the terrain we can see, it seems like a totally different world than what Mason...
I'm gonna be real with you. If something like that was happening and I stopped believing that it's a glitch, like I would be like, okay, this is not a glitch, I would not be digging down. I would be afraid that I trigger it somehow.
Just showing us. Mason walks around for most of the video before planting a rose and looking out over a lake. This video also has a song playing in the background.
This is a wholesome. Yeah, this is just you walking and exploring and being wholesome.
C418's, 18's, Danny. The video is simple, but...
In the history of Minecraft, one of the update patches says Herobrine deleted. It just comes back. Oh. Hey, Sultry Mare.
but weird, and it seems very out of place. For one thing, why the cut between generating world and getting all of these items? It just doesn't make sense to me to cut out all the progress. And
Also,
only
the
give us
animals. Animals running around are creeping me out because I'm looking forward to anything that's like horror-esque or a jump scare or something, and then I see a movement and I'm just like, what is that? What is that? And it's the freaking pig or cow or whatever it's running around.
Yes. And for another, why the rose and the music? To me though, maybe this is simply meant to be Mason's single-player world, a way to escape from the horrors happening in the world he shares with Danny. This is his peaceful reverie away from it all. But the
Oh, it's
next
pretty.
video is the polar opposite. It seems that Mason is back on his and Danny's world, and he's not going down without
This looks
a fight.
so
All the leaves near
This looks so apocalyptic here.
Mason's house are now gone, and he's not in a good mood about it. Mason punches a sheep and a chicken before walking to the back of his house and showing us a giant crevasse. This is the biggest hole we've seen form yet, implying that the
Like, if you die in Minecraft, what happens? Because if, okay, you lose everything you have in your inventory, so just, my limited knowledge, put everything you have inside the chest and just jump down the hole. Just jump down! Just do a suicide mission. Just check what's happening. Yeah, but if you put everything from an inventory to a chest, so basically I put everything in a chest and jump down. Nothing should happen to the items, no? So my solution would just be that, like, put everything away and then jump down.
integration is only getting faster. In a rage, Mason slaughters all the chickens perched by his base, almost as if he's fighting back against the world itself. And he discovers another chunk with random holes. Holes that seem to go nowhere, as if the chunk is preparing to be deleted. Enraged, Mason returns home, grabs TNT, and begins exploding the chunk over and over and over again, as if he thinks that it's his world that's
so
out to
dark.
get him, and he's going to fight back by hurting the world itself. But his efforts are in vain, and after
The dynamite makes some really big damage. What the I thought that it's just blowing up some small stuff. It's blowing a really big holes. You can okay, or you keep it inventory on and just keep it. Usually, yeah, I lost it. So true. This one got me.
detonating almost all his TNT,
So,
Mason turns around to find that another chunk of the castle has been deleted right behind him. The world is also
Man,
fighting
I
back.
can't. Wait. Do you also see nothing, or is it just me? I'm just gonna check quickly. No, you also see just darkness. Okay, because I can't see shit here.
And it's fighting harder. Mason drops his last
Wait, I will just. Maybe quality? Like.
TNT into the newly formed hole and returns home, slaughtering all the mobs stationed outside once again,
Oh.
accidentally blowing up his house, and finally returning to bed in defeat. This isn't a victory, but it seems like Mason has a change of heart, since in the next video things are quite different. The video titled Repairs consists of Mason doing just that, repairs. The world around him has gotten even worse, but Mason doesn't seem to be mad anymore. Instead, he grabs
Because it's like, I accept my fate, I'm going to repair it
a
myself.
bunch of dirt and cobblestone and patches up both the castle and the holes he made in the last video, almost as if he's apologizing to the world for what he did last time. The description seems to confirm this. Mason is making amends with whatever supernatural force is haunting his game. I guess he's hoping that by apologizing, maybe it will just stop taking away land. Mason continues to patch up the castle, but as he brings in some ladders, we notice something odd. A chest. Mason doesn't open this chest, and it wasn't here earlier when Mason was rebuilding, meaning that he placed it sometime during this cut and what we see earlier on. But why?
Minecraft players these days would build some redstone thing and just magically fix the world. What? Okay, I don't know what? Like there's some, I don't know, cheat item that can restoring the world?
This is a bit of a weird mystery, and I'm still not really sure what this chest is meant to symbolize, but we can do some deduction to maybe figure out what he put inside. This is the last glimpse we get of Mason's inventory before the cut, and we can see that it looks pretty normal, nothing that weird. After the cut though, once we know the chest has been placed, Mason's inventory looks like this. Pretty much everything that was originally there
Okay.
is still there, besides the cobble that we know Mason used to rebuild the castle. In fact, there's only 2 items that were lost across the cut. The chest, which obviously Mason placed inside, and weirdly, the rose. Mason picks this rose 20 seconds into the video, and given that it's gone after the cut, we can assume that this is what he placed inside the chest. But if so, why? What's the significance in placing this rose inside of the chest? And honestly, we don't have any actual proof that that's really what he put in the chest. For all we know, he could have put nothing and just replanted or stored the rose somewhere else. Regardless, the rest of the video continues rather calmly. There are more repairs, and Mason goes to bed. By now, we can observe a pattern. Every video we've watched so far, with the exception of the odd New World one, has more and more chunks and leaves disappearing from Mason's world. He starts confused, tries to run away, tries to fight back, and finally tries to make amends, all to no avail. It just keeps getting worse for him. Throughout all of this, Mason sometimes rebuilds other chunks, but the one thing he keeps rebuilding is Danny's castle, and on the
I'm gonna be like, is Danny... question, is Danny even alive? Shit. Is this like I built with Danny and something happened to Danny, so he tries to keep piece of Danny in his world or something, and Danny is destroying it to let him go?
subject, we never once get to meet Danny himself, but the cause of the disintegration is still very unknown, and Mason isn't really talkative in any of these videos, so our only choice to solve this mystery is to keep watching. The next video, titled Border, is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A border formed around the house and the castle. I don't know why, but it keeps getting worse, and I don't know what to do. Mason gives us a tour, and yeah, it's bad. A giant border of void chunks has now formed all around his house and nearby land. The terrain behind it seems to be okay, for now, but it's clear that this area Mason lives in is being isolated by the world around it. The entire video consists of Mason walking the perimeter, giving us a tour of the horrors taking over his world. At one point, something catches his eye. Cobblestone, a not naturally occurring block, and he heads down into the border to explore further.
Okay, that looks creepy. Like, I see a creature in this. I'm sorry. I see, like, some weird eldritch-like elephant. Not yet, not yet. That's coming after this. That's coming after this. I finished this one and we are watching the player. Don't worry, it's coming. The world that doesn't exist, I've watched yesterday by my own, which was what resulted in me watching these today with you all.
He comes across this...
Oh, this is what I wanted. Like, this looks like two eyes. Like, this looks like some weird Minecraft eldritch elephant thing. I know this it's not going to move, but if I want to see horror, I make it for myself, and I see horror in this.
Weird wall-like structure and studies it for a minute, then leaves. Cobblestone usually implies man-made, but what this structure is very much beyond me. Though given the nearby presence of lava and obsidian, it could be just as easily that this structure was naturally generated when the terrain spliced or was dug out. We have no idea. As the tour continues, we find out that almost all the trees inside the perimeter have been stripped of their leaves, resulting in a very haunting and eerie skyline. This area of the world specifically, where Mason's house is
why is it so dark?
Which
okay, thank you.
An interesting question. Why doesn't Mason just run? Why doesn't he just abandon this house or abandon this world? I mean, typically, if this was your normal player, I don't know why on earth anyone would stay in this world when clearly something is very wrong with it. It just...
Yeah, so maybe it's just like someone who created... This is like currently my theory. Maybe they will explain it, maybe not. But like, probably, yeah, like something happened to Drew, his friend, and he just keeps this world as a memento.
Doesn't make sense to me why Mason is staying.
Yeah, I know. I did not know that I would be into it, so I was just like, okay, let me see it. And I saw it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm watching it, and oh my god, this looks like it's gonna have a continuation. So I was on the edge of my seat the whole time I was watching that. So I'm kind of waiting if it's going to be that good with the player that doesn't exist, but we will see.
Amidst all of this happening to him, when Mason does eventually return to his house, we can see that a chunk of land that was there before is now missing. More corruption, just as we're used to. Mason goes to sleep again, and this video ends.
I would be afraid that when I sleep, it's going to swallow my house.
Things are only getting worse. More and more blocks keep
With me
disappearing,
in it.
and it's clear that Mason is powerless to stop it. But the next video takes a very strange turn. The next video, Calm, is exactly that. Mason is just playing Minecraft. No chunks disappear, nothing weird ever happens. It's just 5 minutes of peace. Except, well, there is one thing. Actually, two things. For one thing, 55 seconds into this video, music starts to play. Every other video we see on this channel up to this point has had no music. That is, every video but one. A New World. In fact, this is the same song that plays in that video as well. Why that song is present in both A New World and here is unknown, but this video hides a far darker second secret. Searching in the captions of this video, 2 minutes in, we get a random string. This string is a YouTube URL, and adding the correct prefix takes us to an unlisted video on Mason's channel, Escaping to Hell. It's pretty clear that this video takes place after everything we've already seen so far, as Mason's tools have gotten better and the chunks are far worse. Mason heads to grab obsidian from his chests and constructs a portal in front of his house, but when he enters, we get this. This is extremely surreal. It seems from the fog and textures that all of a sudden we've entered a different version of Minecraft. The text in the top left is gone, and all of a sudden Mason is in creative without any of his items. But of course, let's not ignore the elephant in the room that this is not the Nether. Instead, there is only a road, a seemingly infinite...
Okay, how does Nether usually look? Is it like some black space or something? Cause, yeah.
extending street that Mason spawns in on. Mason walks through this eerie dimension until he stumbles across what looks like very poorly built traffic lights. Looking over the crossroad, he continues straight until he sees
Do not turn left. Do not turn left.
it, a block on the road. Then another, and then stairs, and finally glass panes. Mason freezes, staring for a few seconds before quickly turning back and running through the portal back to the overworld. On the other side, he has his items again, we're back to normal, and he tears down the portal. And in the
I'm sorry, I'm still like, let's think like an adult here. And scary monsters, oceans made of lava. Ooh, like, okay, if I had this happen, I would be scared but curious, and in the back of my head, I would be like, it's just a game, it's just a game, it's just a game, it's okay. I would explore. I would explore so much.
corner of his vision,
I would not
we
be
can
afraid
see
to
that
go.
part of the
No, I would be afraid to go there, but at the same time, like, I would not be afraid that something will happen to me.
castle has been destroyed yet again. What
It's
in the world did
content!
we
Oh,
just
maybe, yeah.
watch? This is no longer normal. Not that it ever was, but even this is out of place for this YouTube channel. Given how he was looking around, it seems like Mason didn't build this, but still, what on earth? I don't really know what to tell you. All we can really do is go into the next video where things have somehow gotten even worse. Mason is moving house, and at first it isn't really clear why, but as he looks up, we can see exactly the reason. Half his house was just vaporized by one of the chunk errors, but it isn't just his house. As Mason looks around, we can see that any land past the border is now gone. The chunks in the distance are completely removed, and it appears that all that is left of Mason and Danny's world are the chunks we can see around us. The corruption has spread deep now, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. Slowly but steadily, Mason moves all of his stuff into Danny's castle, chest by chest, item by item. Interestingly, he still doesn't address the chest he placed in the castle basement, but as he's relocating the last of his torches, we can see it. His house has fully vanished, gone into the void, and nothing but the final back wall giving any sign that it ever existed in the first place. Mason looks at it for a few more seconds before curiosity, or maybe longing, gets the best of him, and he goes to say goodbye one last time. He visits the pit that was once his old home and takes it all in, staring longingly into the void before turning to watch the sunset. He stays like this for a while before finally heading home to the castle and sleeping once again. At this point, it's pretty clear that Mason feels powerless against whatever is taking control over his world. The haunting does not seem to be slowing down, and day by day, more and more blocks are being removed from the world. It's only a matter of time until nothing is left of this world, but we're too far in to start.
Okay, like, but okay, so then I don't know if this has to be some sentimental stuff. Otherwise, I cannot explain. Okay, sure. You spent a lot of time building this world. You spent a lot of resources and energy to build this world. But like, I would just let it happen. Like, why is so much panic? And what he showed, like I don't know, the gaming rage. Okay, fine, but like, it's a content, it's a story. I don't know if it's real, I don't know if it's like a fiction. I would be like, I know it's not, like, let's imagine. I don't want to imagine that, but I'm there anyway. Okay, so like Genshin Impact, okay, I'm playing it, and like imagine that you spawn in there one day, and let's start by Mondstadt, because we started there, and suddenly you see that let's say from Starsnatch Cliff, like the cliff is gone, and it's like it never existed. It's just a texture, but as soon as you approach where the cliff was, there is this Paimon's voice like, let's explore the area later, or whatever. And every time you log in, or even when you are playing, the map is shrinking. And it's shrinking and shrinking, and your world is disappearing. So at first I would be like, maybe 2 days, like, what the fuck, maybe it's, I don't know, some weird glitch. But if it started like, I don't know, let's say, I don't know if I would let it go that far, but again, I will come back to, I would contact or write to MiHoYo support or something. Like, this is, for this, you have the option to contact your support for your game or something. If there is a problem, go write an email and just try to solve it like an adult, not to panic and be like, oh no, it's disappearing, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? That's boring. It's boring, but like, okay, so I had to put it to a Genshin perspective because I don't play Minecraft. But yeah, and it's even worse because like I don't play sandbox games or games like Sims, Minecraft, and so on. So basically I don't play games where you create something, and so I imagine it's painful to see something you've created painstakingly to just be deleted and you don't know reason. For these things is more of either curiosity or morals or regret that makes the player do what they do. What if he's a kid? Yeah, I know, like, again, I'm not judging this person, even that though it sounds like I'm judging, but look, I watched a horror movie today with my mom, and we kept laughing throughout the whole movie. So I'm always trying to find something rational, and yeah, it's kinda, here I don't see the rationality.
Stop watching now. We have to see this story through and find out what's really going on here. It's time for the next video, Hope. The video begins with a
Okay.
stark contrast to last time. Danny's castle is now seemingly the only chunk left of this world, with Mason taking shelter within its walls. We can only guess that there
Okay.
isn't much time left before the world deletes this chunk too, once and for all. From the various cobblestone bridges spanning out into the void, we can guess that Mason was bridging outwards in hopes of finding something, anything that still exists out there,
Okay.
but apparently it was to no avail. His render distance has decreased, and we watch as he gathers blocks for one final expedition out towards the left.
Okay.
But this time, he finds something. Somehow,
Ooh,
in the distance,
okay.
Mason catches sight of a chunk that still exists.
Okay.
A chunk that, for some
We
unknown
are getting
reason,
somewhere.
hasn't been deleted. Why? Why has this chunk survived the disintegration when nothing else did? Regardless, Mason can't believe his eyes, running back to get more blocks to finish his bridge before finally climbing over the edge to admire the intact chunk. It seems like he still can't believe his eyes. Something still exists. There's still hope in saving this world if he can figure out what's special about this chunk. He tries bridging out more, but changes his mind, going to mine the tree before again changing his mind and replanting the wood. It seems that he doesn't want to cause any damage to
Yeah, this is what I was immediately like, why would you, on the one place that did not disappear, mine down something? I would not touch that.
this chunk to savor it as the final remains of his world. He climbs up to the highest point before being transfixed by the dandelion. He then rushes back to his base and brings over food and a chest. Mason quickly kills the animals that have spawned in the new chunk and then makes some sort of odd sacrifice or prayer to the chunk. I'm not really sure what he's getting at, but he fills a chest with items before giving yet another offering. This video takes a weird turn, and it seems like Mason is trying to use this chunk as a way to save his world. If he can figure out what makes this chunk special, then maybe he thinks he can bring his world back. As for what
I know resources, but like,
does make this chunk special, I'm not really sure. I don't know why this is the one chunk that survived in the void, but I did find something rather interesting. If we
Yeah?
trace back to the very first video, remember the weird tree with a missing block that Mason filled in? Well, we can actually line up this shot of the tree with the tree on the surviving
oh, wait. Oh, is it because he...
chunk, and
Ooh.
this shot of the flower confirms it. This is the same tree, the same chunk that Mason interfered with in the first episode. Whether that actually means something or is just a pure coincidence is up for debate, but it seems a bit too good to be true. Either way, though,
Okay.
it doesn't really tell us.
Yeah, but that would mean like that. I don't know, because he repaired one tree that did not disappear with the whole chunk around it. But like, then why when he? No, I guess he did not try to fix the holes. But like, if he, who knows? If he had filled in the hole, maybe it would stop it.
Why this was the chunk that survived the deletion. It's hard to believe Mason did nothing in any other chunk. The next video, though, gives us some more information. The video
Amekania?
is titled Amekania, which, after looking it up, is the name of the Greek goddess of helplessness.
Okay, someone's getting psychological over here. I am going to a Twitch for a moment because new window. We don't want any bots here, so I just am going to delete the one bot that got in here and we can continue. Huh. Ooh, we reached 50! We reached 50! Okay, good, good, good. Okay, la 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 la. Stream manager. And here you are. Here you are, my friend. And ban. Okay. It's gone, and we can continue.
If that doesn't clue you into what's to come, well, you'll see. The video starts with Mason on the bridge back to the castle, returning from the surviving chunk. Given the amount of food he pulls out of his chest back home, it seems like he's going to make another offering. Before he does though, Mason begins tearing down his other bridges before finally heading back to the surviving chunk. But when he returns to it, it's gone. The chunk has vanished. The blocks Mason placed are still there, but the chunk itself is totally gone. Deleted.
Let's, I think, what if whatever what he builds... Yeah, if this happens in my world, I wouldn't notice. Like, what if... I don't know if we are talking, okay, supernatural or something, like, what if the blocks he builds are, like, infected or something, and everything that he builds and connects to the natural stuff is just disappearing? Because he connected this bridge to one thing that still existed, put a chest, like an offering in there, and the whole thing just disappeared. And now only his structure is left, but then that does not make sense because his house would not disappear, I guess.
Clearly, Mason's bargaining wasn't enough. The offerings weren't received. This world clearly isn't done taking things from Mason. Mason, now utterly defeated, looks around helpless, hopeless, as his dreams of saving this world were crushed right before his eyes. He dumps his offering into the void before tearing down this final bridge. There's nowhere else for him to go. Mason heads back to the base, and in one quick motion breaks his chest of cobblestone and takes it all with him. He waits outside, watching as day turns to night before turning to the void and throwing his cobblestone in. Block by block, stack by stack, Mason throws his building blocks
So
into
we're
the
just
void
desperate,
until there's
okay?
only one stack left. And he gets rid of that one too. The meaning is obvious. Mason has lost hope. He's given up on bridging anywhere else and escaping this castle in the sky. There's just nowhere for him to go anymore. That surviving
But
chunk
what was that
his
up
last
there?
thread
Was
of
it a
hope, and
cloud?
now it's gone. Mason is fully helpless. But as he drops the final stack, he looks up. A tree has just grown. He stares at it for a little before heading to bed and ending the video. This video is a journey of Mason, hopeful about his potential savior to losing it in the blink of an eye, giving up all hope before once again, for a moment, seeming like he isn't going to give up. It's genuinely just sad to watch, but it still doesn't answer what's causing all of this in Mason's world. Why is it that the castle hasn't been deleted yet when
do we get
everything else
any
has?
answers
Why
in the
did
last
that
5
other
minutes,
chunk
or
take
what?
so long to delete? And still, what in the world was the meaning of that Nether episode? It just doesn't add up. But there's only one video left in the series, so if there's ever been a time for answers, it's now. Acceptance begins with Mason heading out of the castle, and we see something interesting. More saplings have been planted. It seems like that tree growing in the last video must have sparked something inside of Mason, because now he looks like he hasn't given up on escaping this void yet. He turns and notices a gap in his fence before going up to fix it, after which he heads back down to look into the void. But suddenly, something switches. Mason runs back inside and grabs his shovel, before immediately returning, and after a few moments of hesitation, he begins to destroy. Mason breaks all his saplings before returning to the only one remaining corner of this island and digging it out. Without stopping, he digs the tunnel all the way to the bottom of the void and then back up, but he doesn't stop there. Mason uproots his entire island, mining all of the dirt before starting to destroy the castle too. No blocks are spared, and Mason continues to dig more and more, breaking the entire tower before moving on to the next one. Soon, the entire top half of the second tower is also gone, and Mason pauses, only to then throw his armor into the void as well. He continues to tear down the walls, block after block after block, until all that's left of the entire world
is the chest.
Mason goes into F5 and looks around, surveying the void around him and watching the clouds, seemingly at peace for the first time in ages. before looking down, breaking the chest, and falling into the void.
Okay. You know, I'm going to say it. Wouldn't it be fun if the poor guy, he just suffered so much, and all he had to do was jump into the void, and everything is gone now, and everything is how it was before.
And that's the end of the series. There are no videos left and seemingly no answer
Okay.
of what comes next, what this all means, and why this happened to Mason. All we're left with is a strange, cryptic, and incoherent set of videos. But I do think there is a story here. What we're watching isn't meant to be a surface level playthrough of a strange situation. It's a showcase of a human being going through the 5 stages
Of grief.
Ever since he was mentioned in the description of the first episode, Danny hasn't made a single appearance
Yes.
in any of his videos. This was his castle, his world with Mason, but we never see or hear of Danny. But isn't it strange that the only chunk that Mason keeps repairing in this whole series is Danny's castle, not even his
Exactly.
own home?
I
Isn't
called
it
it.
strange that Mason never leaves this world like any normal player would? I mean, if this happened to you, why would you ever keep playing? Unless this world meant something more to you. Unless this world was the only memory of someone you had lost. And if that was true, wouldn't your first priority be to keep whatever they made intact, to fight back and preserve their memory? The Channel Knights tells a story of Mason going through denial, continuing to play in his world as if
Yes.
nothing was wrong, writing it off as a glitch or a bug. Anger, lashing out against the mobs, blowing up his world
Yes.
and dropping lava into the void to fight back against the disappearances. Bargaining by trying to make amends and pleading with the only thing that he had left to somehow bring his world back, to preserve his memories and keep them alive. Depression, giving up on ever making it out and throwing away all that he had left before finally acceptance. Not letting the world take Danny's castle from him, but instead tearing it down himself. Understanding that he can't hold on to the past. Holding on to this world won't bring Danny back. Nothing will. The only thing he can do to heal his wounds is to accept that Danny is gone. And I'll do you one better. The enlisted video, Escaping to Hell, that's Mason telling us that his hell isn't the Nether. It's remembering what happened to Danny, which I can only
that's what I
suspect
was-
must have been some sort of accident. Whether Danny was a friend, a brother, or something more, he's gone, and Mason has to accept it. But that's not where this story ends. Because what
Oh?
if I told you that